Hello everyone, and welcome to another Howler for an hour. This time we're checking out a game called Wild Frontier, and I'm going to be straight with you, I don't know if this is going to be any good or not. You may be wondering, why are you playing it then? Well, there's this weird thing that happens sometimes. Normally as a content creator, I generally request keys to games. Either I reach out to a developer because I think that I found an interesting game and I'd like to ask about a key, or developers send emails or start things where you can apply, and if they're like, hey, we have this game, would you like a key? Give us a contact if you would. That's how a lot of developers tend to do it. But there's a third way the developers do it. I get random emails sent to me with keys. A developer's just like, here's a key. I'm a random developer, have a key. Sometimes I play these games, and sometimes I don't, because I don't always like the kind of like random obligation of suddenly I have a key in my inbox I didn't ask for, but sometimes I'll still play them because I'm like, all right, what do you got? What do you got? This is one of those cases where I'm like, all right, what do you got? This is, from what I could tell, a survival game. Survival crafting kind of game. It's defined as, it just says, escape to an enchanting living sandbox surrounded by wildlife and nature. Explore a vast island, hunt animals for food, explore points of interest, use guns, traps, gather natural resources. It sounds like just a survival game, but, you know, okay, sure. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you're doing. You threw this key at me without asking if I wanted it, so do you have something here? Let's take a look. Of course, before we begin, if you like the video, do think about giving a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that as well. But if you really want to help out, come over to Twitch. We're trying to reach partner over here, but we need more viewers to do that. We're only sitting at 36 right now, so we could definitely use more. We have to hit an average of 75, so we need more than that. So come on by if you can, because any views matter. Every view counts, and we'd honestly love to have you. We also have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to check that out. I have a coffee link if you want to help directly monetize my content, and I have a merch store if you want to buy some cool stuff. Links in the description. Check them out if you feel like it. But yeah, just to say, I check out stuff for Howler for an hour if I think it has a lot of promise. If it seems interesting, I want to check it out. I want to see, is this a good game? What kind of potential does it have? If it catches my attention. Though sometimes I will review a game on Howler for an hour because I'm like unsure about it and I just want to see what it does. So sometimes I am not putting a lot of hope into a game for Howler for an hour. Most times I am. But sometimes I will just take a game because I'm like, this looks kind of strange, or this looks dodgy, but let's just take a look. Howler for an hour is all about investigation. First impressions. See what the hell we run into. So, even if a game doesn't necessarily look good, there may still be a reason to check it out. Because you never know until you try. Alright, we have now started. Well, I will tell you right off the bat, it's running fine. Relatively. Yeah. Well, kind of. If I do this, it gets kind of weird, but I noticed the vertical sync is creating a line, so I guess I need to... Oh, wait. Oh! We have one of these. Okay. Common developer pitfall number 1. I set before I started the video, I set the global quality to normal, and I set VSync to ×1. When I started the game, it reset those settings. I've seen this issue before. This is a developer that doesn't know how to save the settings between map loads. So every time you load a new map, whether you're going from the title screen to the game, maybe reloading the game, etc., it's not going to save your settings. They messed up. It doesn't save the settings. You got to re-enter them each time. I've seen this before on some Unity games. I think an Unreal game here and there too. Happens sometimes, so... Alright. Let's see here. Find the compass on the ground and pick it. Pick it? I shall pick this compass out of the 1 choices I have. Okay. I see that I have now that I've increased the quality of the graphics, it is lagging a bit. I can tell you, I guess I'll just hit lower it down again. I can tell you why we're having lag. It's very simple. If you look at the distance, there's absolutely no calling. There's a distant forest out there, which is nice, but I could tell there's no sort of level of detail calling. The trees far away have the same... Wait, hold on. Okay, well, there's a little bit of calling. Rocks are calling. The trees... Oh, look at this. The rocks... Look at the rocks. Okay, so the rocks, you know, static, simple objects, they'll call out if they're far enough away. Animated trees, detailed foliage. Oh, that stays in. That stays in even at a distance. Developer, maybe call the stuff that actually is high detail, not the rocks. The rocks are probably the last thing you need to worry about. But okay. But don't worry, guys. It calls the rocks. It's fine. All right, let's see here. Equip the compass to correspond slide. Well, at least it has a tutorial. Let's see. Okay, how do I... What the hell? I hit tab thinking that would open inventory, but apparently this does that. All right, that's an interesting thing for tab to do. Hide my face, tab key. Okay, I for inventory. Let's see here. So I just put it in the slot. Okay. There's my compass. Oh shoot! So what am I doing? Go to your base. Okay. It seems to be well. It's right here. Okay. Well, I'm here now. Pick up stone 0 to 10 for the ground. Okay. You mean the things that kept calling out of existence? There's a lot of information here. Okay, let's see. There's a trader camp over there. Oh, these rocks. Okay. Righto. There's an apply button. No. The apply button, Silverwolf, that wasn't why the settings didn't save. I did apply the settings before going into the game, and they just reset. I have seen other games do this. It's actually a very common mistake that some developers do. Some indie developers do, like when they're... I think it's with Unity. I think this is a Unity game. Actually, you know what? Please enjoy the bird stuck in the ground. I will be right back as I check to see. I can actually confirm this in a minute. With just a minute, so... Okay, let's see here. Okay, actually, I cannot confirm it because I'm not allowed to open that window like that. Alright, I'll open it this way. Game is demanding focus, so I can't actually click something I normally would be able to click. Oh my. I have very little room left on my my Steam drive, I just noticed. The drive I put all my Steam games on. I'm gonna have to empty out in a bit. Let's see. Let's see what engine this is running on. Wait. Huh. Okay, I have now confirmed that the games folder... Oh, there it is. Okay, I had trouble finding it for some reason. Yep, Unity. Thought so. Unity. Yeah, I thought so because this is what I've seen. So some entity developers using Unity specifically, this seems to be the common problem with Unity. Apparently, unless you do something in particular with Unity, it is very easy to make a settings menu that doesn't actually save to a file. Basically, what we see here is the reason that a map load resets all the settings to default. That's basically showing us that the Unity game is not properly saving and writing to a settings file. It's not saving its own file to keep track of those settings and then reading from them. It's not doing that for some reason. Hello, bird. Oh, went by. I was gonna grab it, but all right. So I have stones now. What next? Okay, craft a stone knife. All right, is this? That's a spear. All right, let's see. Stone knife. Okay. How? Do I put that there? No. Requirement, sharp stone. Oh, okay. I need that then. Okay, so I guess I make sharp stone. What? I like how it's sharp stone and then it's like a plank of stone. All right. Okay, we've done it. We've made sharp stone. Hooray! I have a knife. Okay, and stone knife can be used to protect yourself or destroy bushes. That's all it could do, I guess. Let's take a look. Ah, okay. Okay, so I guess I'll destroy bushes then. Take that, and that, and that. Okay, I got a lot of things. Grapes. Wait. I got grapes? I got grapes. I don't want to sound like an idiot, so I'm thinking about this for a second, but I'm fairly certain that grapes don't just grow on bushes. I'm pretty sure that's a vine plant. If am I correct about that? Do grapes grow on vines or do they grow on bushes? All right. Because, you know, you have a vineyard for grapes, for wine, right? Yeah, they're a vine plant, yeah. So that doesn't make any sense. Why did they just do blueberries or something? I mean, grapes are great, but, like, bush grapes, man, that's not a thing. So let's see, I'm supposed to craft a rope, apparently? Let's do that, then. Just wanted to collect some grapes. Maybe somebody just stashed some grapes in a bush. Aha, nobody will find them here. What is my inventory limit? Like, how many items can I carry of a type before it... Oh, quite a few. Wait, what does that say about the grapes? Grapes will increase by a small value your vitamins. Oh, okay. Vitamins. I mean, yeah, grapes have vitamins in them, but, like... What about, like, hunger? No, just vitamins. It's easier to grab stuff if you crouch. Alright, I'm gonna get this bird. Watch. This bird's not gonna see it coming. Watch this. That's my jumping sound? Oh my god, look at this jumping animation. I'm just gonna press spacebar. Watch. What is that? What is that jumping animation? I'm being pulled slightly forward, and then up, and then slowly back down. What is this jumping animation? Look at how weird this is. What is going on there? That is the weirdest fucking gravity. Alright, let's craft this rope that he wanted me to craft. Ah, we can only hold so many grapes. Let's eat some then. Yum. Okay. Delicious. Great. Okay, I have that now. Your vitals are made of hunger, thirst, vitamins, and sleep. Oh wow! So grapes don't wait. Did grapes even increase hunger, or they just give me vitamins? I'm trying to think. English is not the dad's first language. That's fine, but I will make fun of it a little bit. But I'm not seriously. If a game can convey itself well enough, anyways, it doesn't matter too much. But craft a pickaxe. Okay. Here's the current question I have about this game. What the game needs to figure out. What the game needs to tell me about. What the game needs to do to... I need to craft a stick from a... Wait. I need to craft a stick from a branch. I get it. Like, it uses the knife, so I get it. Like, we're taking a branch and we're whittling down the nubs and stuff so it's smooth. I get it. But we're making a stick out of a branch. That sounds really weird. Like, a stick and a branch are kind of the same thing, but alright. Okay, but yeah, here's the current question, and I've asked this before on Howler for an Hour. I've checked out some games on Howler for an Hour, and they're games that I simply ask why. You know, why does this exist? Oh wow, holy shit, I already half broke my knife. Okay, there's one thing I don't like. You can only see the durability of your weapon or your item when you're in the inventory. If you're using it, there's no like hotbar at the bottom which lets you see durability. You can only see durability by going into the menu. So, that's a little, Okay. Craft an axe. Okay, if you insist. What's that take? Rope, stick, stone. Okay. Okay, destroy trees. Yeah, okay. Create a shelter using basic materials. Okay. But yeah, here's the question. The question is simply why. Now, I understand, like, if you, like, there's so many crafting games out there. Survival crafting. That is a thing that has been oversaturated. So I always ask this question with some Howlers, which is, why does this game in this genre exist? What are you adding to the genre? Why are you participating in this genre? Especially if it's an oversaturated genre, you know? You gotta ask yourself, why is this a thing? Also, hello there, JV. How you doing? This seems like the most vanilla. There's nothing really wrong with it so far. It just seems like this is the most vanilla crafting game, which really makes me wonder why it exists. You know? Okay, I need 4 rope. Incidentally, that's exactly how much plant fiber I have. Hey, Jago. I'm always intrigued, though. I'm always intrigued when I run into a game where it's like, why does this exist? Because, yeah, why does it exist? You need to equip hammer. Oh, my apologies. I guess I need to make a hammer, then. I need more rope. Okay, I also need log. Okay, well, alright. Now, I do understand if a developer makes a generic genre, generic project for the sake of development, for the sake of learning. Because, there is a point to making a game in an oversaturated market that doesn't bring anything new to the table. There is a point to that game. And that point is, if it teaches you game development, then it still has a use, right? So if you made the most generic game in the world, but it taught you something about game development, then that was worthwhile. But you gotta ask this question, though. That's fine for a free project. Generic-ass game, free game, okay, cool. But if you charge money for the generic-ass game, then there's a new expectation set there. It's one thing to want to practice a game development, make something generic, that's fine. But the moment you want to sell it, you're telling other people, I feel like my generic game is worth your time. And the question then comes down to, okay, why? Why is it worth my time? What do you guys feel about this subject, though? I'm kind of curious your guys' opinion. Generic games. We see them a lot in Steam Store, actually. They're very common. You can find them very easily. And by generic games, I basically mean a game that is in a genre, creates a game, like a game that is participating in a particular genre of video game that already exists plenty, and doesn't do anything to make it stand out. It is perfectly content being exactly what you think of when you think of that genre, and nothing more. I wonder to myself why these exist, these sort of games. This is why I check these games out, because I'm always like, alright, maybe there's something you do bring to the table that I just don't see on the surface. Guard to the Bound Bond 2 and 3. I don't know what you're talking about, actually. What is that? I cannot break this bush with my fists. Oh, well. So, I'm noticing weapon durability is pretty, lacking, to put it in a word. At least for the knife. It might get better with later tools, though. Assuming there's tiers. Assuming there's tiers. I don't see tiers right now, but assuming there are. Okay, well, I have this axe. Or is this the pickaxe? No, this is the axe. Is that the axe? Wait, which one's which? That's the axe. Okay. Okay. Where'd that log come from? I like how a bunch of logs just fell down, and then shortly afterwards, another log fell down. Like, where'd that come from? Oh my god. The texture rates for the branches is like, basically on the model. It's actually a little hard to pick them up. Hello? Let me guess. Oh my god. Guys, you want to know what's up? Has anybody figured out why I can't break these trees? Has anybody figured this out? If you note something I said earlier, you'll have figured this out. Wow, the game really... Oh, I see. Now that the sun is setting, there's like a fog, and I think it's causing some lag in that direction. Anyways, yeah, here's the thing. No, no, no. Not out of bounds. Remember how I noticed on the title screen that some of the trees moved and some of them don't? The two different tree models? The moving trees aren't real trees. I can't break them. I can only break this tree model, not that tree model. Some trees are ornamental. You cannot destroy them. Oh my god, why? Why would you do that? That is such a random-ass decision. Alright. Anyways, I can make a shelter now, so I will. Well, I need to make a hammer first. Okay. You need to craft some builds. Okay. It's just an item in my inventory to craft some stuff. Alright. You need to equip hammer. Alright. Literally, wait, serious, do I have to, like, literally... Oh, okay, hold on. Curiosity. You need to equip okay, to build a shelter, I require a hammer. Fair enough, but it also forcibly forces me to put it in my hand, and then I can craft the thing. That is so dumb! Alright, whatever. There's no reason why it has to be in my hand. I have it, that's what should matter. Alright, cool. And also, while I'm here, cool. Can I, like... Oh, fuel, I see. Okay. Just trying to light the damn thing. Hold on. Can I cook the berries? Cannot cook the berries. Alright. Oh, I need something to ignite it. I see. Sticks? I don't know, man. This is how you save the game. Okay. A generic game can be good, but very much depends on the genre. Yeah, it's true. Like, generic doesn't always mean bad. There might still be, like, it might just be chill. Okay, it's really late at night now. It might be a chill time. To just, like, you know, sleep a little bit more. I just want it to be daytime. Is that daytime? It's not daytime. Sleep more. How many hours must I rest? Oh, now it's daytime. Okay. Alright, I like how it went to pitch black to completely bright in 2 hours time. Alright then. Okay. Craft a spear, sure. Rope, stick, sharp stone. Okay. You need to equip knife. I need to... Oh my god. Sorry, the fact that I must, like, manually equip the item before crafting, it's so dumb. I need some stones. Also, I have weapons to defend myself with. I wonder what we're fighting. Also, let me guess. It's kind of chopped for you guys, right? Oh, a mushroom. Okay. Like, I'm gonna guess the video is kind of getting choppy at random times. It is completely, like, the smoothness of the frames is completely dependent on which direction I'm looking. Because certain directions have more stuff, and there's no calling, like I mentioned before. So if I just look certain directions, I am suddenly visually loading a ton of fucking assets at once. Because the calling doesn't really exist. Shit. Run away! Oh no. I'll switch to the hammer? The hammer. Okay, that'll do. I'm back here full. Wait, does that work? Oh, okay. Ah, he's circle tactics. Shit. Oh, I see. I understand how you fight now. Okay, and then Acquire announced my death, apparently. Alright. Bark. Bark, bark. He's still attacking me after I died. Somehow on Steam, this game has 25 reviews and only 4 are negative ones. Do they look like legitimate reviews? Out of curiosity. Alright, well. You know what? Hey, the rocks respawn. That's cool. Hey! Let's see if I'm right about that. Yep. Well, no, actually, no. Okay, it did save it this time. Probably because I didn't actually reload the map. Good on it. Well, kind of reload the map, but like enough to like cause it to refresh the video settings. Just don't mind me. I'm just gonna craft the. Actually, hold on. Sleep for 16 hours. Sure. Minecraft wolf noises? Are those really the Minecraft wolf noises? I haven't played Minecraft in a bit, but you're probably right. Too short. Okay, well, there we go. Wait, did that say crowbar? I'm sorry, but before I skinned it, did that say crowbar? Alright, well. Okay, the seagull's too fast for me. I gotta get a bow or something. It's got a crowbar this bunny open. Let me just crowbar open this rabbit. I mean, it works. 50-50 is how the real... So half the reviews seem like they might be, I don't know, perhaps bot or something. Actually, I really should look up... How did this game... Oh my. When I pause the game, the bird paused its flap... Look at the bird. The bird's flapping paused when I paused, but now it's still moving. So the animation stopped when I paused, but it didn't stop it. Now it's just... Whee, it's a plane. Woo. That's great. That bird is amazing. Alright, hold on a second. I gotta check something. Okay, so this was Wild Frontier. So like I said, I just got a key randomly. Let's see here. I wanted to say... Oh my god. I just went back to the email that I got because I wanted to check something. You want to know what it says now? Well, you want to know what it says now? Look at this. I went back to the email where I got this game. Whoops. And now Gmail is saying this about the email. Okay. I mean, I didn't click any links. I just took a key. That was an official Steam key, so whatever. It's fine. But... Okay. Also, it's probably a false flag, but still. Yeah, all I got was a key, and it said, "Hi, Wild Frontier is soon to be released as an early access game on Steam. We would like to invite you to try out the game." So, I don't know. That message doesn't alarm me. This game is probably not doing anything bad. Let's actually... I mean, the worst thing it could really do is be a fucking, like, Bitcoin miner, I guess. But it's not running hard enough for that. Well, it is using a fair amount of GPU, but I kind of see why it's doing that. It's just bad programming. Yeah, so... fuck, man. I don't know. Let's see here. Craft a spear. Okay. I'm supposed to do that, right? Stick rope short. Yeah, I can do that now. Oh, yeah, stick. Everything in this game looks to be a pre-made asset. I'm not surprised. Okay. I mean, I guess that's one point. That's one point of a generic game. Like, what's the point of this generic game on Steam? I don't know. Maybe it's a Bitcoin miner. That is, like, one point of making a generic product. An excuse game to do something bad? I do not believe this game is doing anything bad. I mean, I could study game data at this point well enough with Unity, especially, that I can say it's just kind of I don't know. It's kind of a crappy Unity game. It's not. It's probably not doing anything bad. I've already scanned my computer regularly. It's fine. Also, this was permitted on Steam. While Steam is not a perfect platform with its approval process, if something is literally malware, they won't let it stay on the Steam store. So, what are the positive? Can you, Crimson? Can you share some of these positive reviews? By the way, I'm kind of curious. What do the positive reviews have to say about this game? I will tell you this, it's a game. I mean, it's a game. Holding a spear like an... He is kind of holding it weird, isn't he? Yeah, no, that literally says crowbar. Look at... Let's use my knife crowbar and get this skin off here. Actually, I'm kind of wondering, what is the risk factor of playing random Steam keys I'm given? Like, is there a risk factor for my computer doing that? I don't know. Like, there'd be totally a risk factor if it was like, hey, you have an itch.io link. Like, no, I'm not touching that unless I see that it's actually something that looks, you know, interesting. With Steam, though, I don't really give a shit too much because there's enough vetting on Steam where I don't feel like I'm in a terrible amount of danger. I mean, it's possible, but... unlikely. Okay, let's see. So Crimson has shared a positive review. The intention of this game is survival, and it does that. Trying to survive through the game without falling asleep is really difficult. Highly recommend just staying in the base build location with headphones on and closing your eyes because you will fall asleep. So in other words, we have positive reviews that are joking around. Oh, look, guys, I did the thing. You can always... I've done this before in games that have tutorials, where I do a tutorial step before it asks me to, and a good game will recognize, oh, he's already done that tutorial step, and be like, all right, you did it. Look, it's asking me to build a campfire. I kind of already did that because I noticed there was an option and figured I should build it. But because I already built the campfire, it's like, we don't understand. Build a campfire. Let's dual wield this, I guess. There we go. Excellent. Add wood, ignites, adding meat. Okay. It's not even counting the... Yeah, okay. Ignite the campfire. I would love to, but I don't know how. Like, actually don't know how... Wait, there's a question mark. Let's see. You can use stones as a basic item to ignite the campfire. Oh, I see. Stone, flint still match. Okay, I get it kind of now. Sure, stone. Why not? I've done it. Okay. There's my meat. Let's cook it away. I guess that's what that effect's supposed to be. Oh yes, I can always tell my meat is cooking by the centered white smoke in the middle of it. That tells me that the meat is cooking properly. Where is my stats, actually? Like, it says hunger and... Like, where is this? Where do I... Oh, there it goes. I have to open... Okay, there's all this room on the screen in the lower left, but it only lists my health and stamina. But to actually see, like, my hunger, thirst, etc., I actually have to open the menu. I mean, you have to open the menu to see a lot of shit. I gotta open the menu to see my survival stats. I gotta open the menu to see my durability of equipment. Come on, man. Tedious. Oh, is it done? Oh, now it is. Oh, it's orange now. Delicious orangely cooked meat. I will consume this. Good animation. Have another one. Here is drumstick. Wall drumstick into face. Meat will increase your proteins. Mushrooms will increase your vitamins. So it's doing survival, hunger, thirst. But in addition to that, you also have to worry about apparently protein and vitamins as well. So it's one of those survival games that adds some additional stats like, aha, you need to eat, but you don't just need to eat. You need to watch your vitamin intake and your protein intake. It's like, oh boy. I've seen like 2 games do that and it wasn't a good idea. Like both times it was just unnecessarily complicated. That was the only Joker review you could find. What are the other positive? Were there any other significant positive reviews? And by significant I mean like, were there any other positive reviews that were like, I need dried animal hide. Okay, it wants me to craft a canteen next on the tutorial, but that actually requires dried animal hide. I don't know how to make that. And it doesn't seem to be explaining it to me. The fire is not the trick, because I tried that. Can be dried and used it. Okay, so maybe there's something else in my inventory. Let's see here. Tools. Oh, here's a tanning rack. That's probably it, isn't it? That makes sense. Furnace lets you smelt ingots. Workbench, craft new items. That needs nails. 5 logs and... This just feels... It is a game. But look at the durability of the tools. I'm already half durability on knife again. Okay. This just feels so nothing. I'm going to have to look at the reviews after I'm done here, which honestly might be soon. There's not really much here. I think part of the reason I play these nothing games sometimes for Howler for an hour is I need a second to like look at it because I'm always like, this isn't really just that, right? Like I constantly tell myself that when I see some games. I'm like, there's got to be more to it than that, and there never is. But I still ask myself, there's got to be more to it than that. Like there's got to be a fucking point, right? There's got to be a point. Bitcoin miner would be a point at least, but I don't think it's doing that. It just, you know, honestly, I think I know what it is at this point. When I see these generic games that don't seem to serve any purpose of being a paid product, I get it. I think I understand it now. I think what's going on is you have a developer who's new to the game development. That explains all the placeholder assets, the very safe and predictable gaming concepts, you know, stuff like that. So, new developer making a generic game with placeholder assets and very predictable, if functional, gameplay to, you know, learn game development. I honestly don't think that a game like this is bad at all if you're just trying to learn how to do game development. But what we got here is we got there's 2 camps of people when it comes to game dev with like simple or flawed games. Simple, flawed, or otherwise not that special games. There's the game developers who make these generic games, these simple, generic, whatever games to learn game development, and they just are like, yeah, that's good, and they just make it as a personal project. They don't share it around, or maybe if they do share it around, they just throw it on like itch.io for free, and you can check it out. Like, hey, I was learning game development. Take a look if you care. And if you don't care, that's fine. If you do care, there you go. It's just you can play it. There you go. But then you got the developers who are a little bit more greedy. And they're like, I want to make money with game development. I'm going to learn how to make games. I have now learned how to make a game. I have made this generic game. I'm going to sell it because I want money. This is not somebody creating for the passion of game development to learn game dev. This is somebody, well, it could still be a party that is actually passionate about game dev and wants to learn more about it. Nonetheless, though, they're trying to basically take people's money for no good reason. Let's be honest here. This game, by the way, I guess I didn't mention its cost. Let's go take a look. Actually, let me double check. Yeah, US $13.90. This costs $14, and for some reason, this has 8 out of 10 positive reviews. Yeah, like Crimson said. Yeah, so this is yeah, like I said, this is 14 USD, which is way more. I want to remind everyone that is exceptionally close to the price of Hollow Knight, which is a game I keep coming back to as a referential point, because Hollow Knight is honestly undercharging itself for what it does and how much there is to check out. Yeah, $14 for this? $1 game at most. Yeah, I kind of feel like I just don't feel like certain games should be charged for, because they're too much of a learning project or just a generic project that, yeah, you can show it off to people if you want, but why would you take their money for it, is kind of my attitude, you know? Also, I'd like to note this is an early access game, so they intend to add more, but I don't really know what they would be doing with this. And also, I would say it's probably going to be surprising if it leaves early access. But yeah, honestly, it has, for the looks of it, yeah, 81% of the 22 user reviews for this game are positive. It doesn't have many reviews, but most of them are positive. So let's look at the most helpful reviews listed here. One of those games. So here's the first review that I have here. One of those games where you can sit down and lose all sense of time. If you don't like to do quests and just run around and do things on your own, you can just skip the quest, and that's awesome in my opinion. Positive, 4.2 hours on record. I guess you could just lose all sense of time with this game. Yes, you could waste time with this game, I suppose. That's effectively what that review is pointing out. Let's look further here. Next positive review. I like this type of games where you can use your imagination to build your own house. Can't wait to get more furniture with future updates. Okay, so there's an actual, like... Okay, let's see here. Well, I mean, yeah, it looks like I can build some simple shapes. I got a doorway, I got a window, I got a wall, I got a floor, I got a roof. I got stairs, I got a door. I got other sharp stairs. You know, corner stairs. You know, stairs that turn into corner. You know, also known by the colloquial term sharp stairs. Those sharp stairs are quite functional. And then 2 types of fence and a wood gate. I mean, if you want to build a house, there's games that give you a lot more foundation options than this. But granted, I guess those other games that let you build houses, they don't have sharp stairs. So that's what this game does have one thing out over other games. It has sharp stairs. That's very unique. Let's see. More positive reviews. Relaxing game. Not too hard, not too easy. Would love to get co-op on this. I mean... I guess people are considering this to be relaxing. I guess genericism can be relaxing in a way. It's like, it tries absolutely nothing new and does not surprise me whatsoever. This is relaxing and does not require me to think very hard. I guess. Most seem to be nothing reviews. They say they like it, not much more. Like, why do you like it, though? Product received for free of this person. It's an early access and a little rough around the edges, but underneath, I think I see a diamond. A very early access look at the style shows it has some real potential. Depth of crafting is almost there. From stone knife to 4x4 vehicles. Oh, sorry, what? I don't... What? I just realized there's a fucking normal-ass stove in the list here. Okay. Doesn't look like you can make some more advanced things, but... 4x4... What? Okay. I guess if there's vehicles, that's sort of interesting. But, okay. And another review says, enjoyed my time while playing it. Good game! In caps lock for the last part. Another review says, a very nice survival game. So must potential. I will play a lot. Oh, okay. Another review. I really like it. What a great game! 4 exclamation marks following that. Love that the developer listens and responds to suggestions. And the fixes so far have made the game even better. Yeah, for the grapes. They fixed the grapes, guys. That's very good to know. Another positive. Buggy but decent survival game. Nothing new to the genre, just still a nice presentation of this typical survival elements. Not the biggest fan of the low poly graphics, but does the job okay. By the way, you may notice the low poly graphics they're talking about. You do see it, right? Like, if you pay attention... Well, now it's fucking night again. But you notice, like, when I put up my arms, you can see the low polyness of my arms, right? This is a bit of a warning sign for me. If I see a game where it has this style, this low poly style, it's typically an asset flip. That doesn't mean it's a bad game necessarily, but typically this low poly style is a bit of a warning sign. Like, warning, warning, this game is not trying very hard. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to hate this style. I feel like it is a legitimate visual style, but it seems to usually indicate a game that is not going to be worth very much, to be honest. Which is a bit of a shame, because I don't want to hate on a visual style, but yeah, a lot of games that use this low poly style I notice are really generic or lazy games, or just use a lot of stock assets. I guess because this low poly style is very easy to make stock assets for, probably. So there's a lot of them out there, or something? I don't know. I do think this style is... as a visual style, I don't really like it too much. I feel like it's... I don't know. There's something to be said for low poly graphics like PS1, but it's not... It's like... It's kind of like PS1-ish, but without any sort of actual style. You know what I mean? Without any sort of, like, nuance or anything that makes it stand out. PS1 itself has a style. Like, actual PS1 style graphics, but... This just looks like it's trying to be a 3D model, but, like, it looks like you took a 3D model and then, like, downscaled the number of prims it has. Prims being basically, like, the number of polygons an object has, effectively. Like, how smooth it looks based on prim. It looks like you just downscaled something that was higher prim previously, and it just doesn't look very good. Asset games can be good if the dev extra tries. Yes, that's why we enjoyed Roxy Raccoon, the collectathon where we played a raccoon, and everything in that game was actually an asset flip, but the developer put it all together into a very fun and inventive package. It was actually quite a good game. That is a good asset flip game. Go check out Roxy Raccoon. It's not perfect, but damn, that really showed that you can have an asset flip and still make a good game. That Roxy Raccoon confirmed that. So... yeah, that was actually very creative. They did a lot with that asset flip. So, but yeah, I'm done. It's been good. It's been good to see that this exists. I suppose it's exactly as I thought, and this is exact. When I get thrown a key without being asked, it's always a game like this. If a dev is desperate for you to play their game, you have to ask why. If you have to ask them about playing the game, or if they tell you about their game and then give you the choice, that's normal. That's a normal interaction with a developer. But if a developer just throws a key at you without even asking, you gotta ask yourself, why are they doing that? There's usually a reason. Man, some of these... I'm looking at the positive reviews, though. Here's another one. Man... This one. As casual player who started playing survival games, I am really enjoying this game. Positive review. That is the most generic fucking review. That just some of these reviews do seem kind of suspicious. Like the developer just paid somebody to like write something positive or told their family members to do it or something. I don't know. But here's the thing. Like sometimes it seems like these reviews are dodgy and maybe scam reviews, but there's also just people out there that do just run into these generic games and they just think to themselves, wow, I really like this. And that's fine. If you like a game, you like a game. It doesn't, even if a game is generally universally not a good game, if you're having fun with it, that's cool. I'm glad you got some enjoyment out of it, you know? But it is weird. I don't completely understand it. I think sometimes it might be a case of somebody who hasn't really played a lot of games. Maybe they haven't been introduced to the genres very much. So a generic survival game like this, yeah, for most people, everybody else would be like, oh, well, there's a million survival games that are better than this. But for somebody who's just getting into games or doesn't play them very often, maybe this is worth their time because, simply put, they don't have a scale for this sort of game, you know? So they come into this and they're like, I like this. And that's fine if they like it. Kind of wish they could be introduced to something a bit better, but to be fair, generic is safe. Generic is simple. Generic has less features, less content, less things going on. If you are learning to get into games, maybe a generic game would be much more approachable than something with a lot more mechanics. So I'll be fair in that regard. Yeah, it could be kids. I was also thinking about like older people that may have not played video games, but they just felt like they wanted to try to play some games, so they found this one. They're like, oh, this video game stuff is kind of fun. It's like, all right, fair enough. You know, might be kids, might be older folks that have never played games. Look at the description for this game. It tells me about a Korean RPG, which apparently shares the same name as this game. Really? That's probably no good either, to be perfect. If it's an MMORPG that's Korean, that's probably not very fun either. No offense, but most Korean MMOs are just kind of these gigantic grind fests that basically look down on you if you don't invest all your time into it. And like, what, you didn't take out a loan for your house to pay for this MMO? Well, you must not be a loyal player. It's like, that's a lot of Korean MMOs seem to work anyways. But yeah, Wild Frontier. I've run out of things to say about it, so we're gonna quit. It simply exists. This, in my opinion, is an example. Is it going to freeze up? I'm trying to close it. Okay, there it goes. This, in my opinion, you know, people like to talk and blather about bad video games. Like, oh man, this is the worst game on Steam. Or like, oh man, look how terrible this game is. Like, this, you know, bad games are usually, when YouTubers talk about bad games, it's usually something spectacular because that gets the views and stuff. I like bad games, though. Like those games. Those games, in my opinion, are bad in execution, but in actual, like, enjoyment factor of interacting with it, not actually a bad game. Bad games like that are interesting. So in a way, they're not really bad games. What a true bad game is a game that does nothing. That doesn't elicit a reaction whatsoever. It's not doing anything really amazing that you can give a positive opinion on. It's not doing anything really horrible that you can enjoy the train wreck of. It's just there. And Wild Frontier is a game that's just there. In my opinion, these middle-of-the-road games, these games that are neither bad nor good, they're just sitting there doing their thing and wasting your time. This, in my opinion, is an example of one of the worst games. This is, in my opinion, is a truly bad game. Because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't deliver a bad or good experience. It just delivers an experience, I suppose. But even that feels like selling it too much. Because I don't feel like I experience much of anything. So, you know. But yeah, being nothing, a nothing game is far worse than a bad game. Always remember that. That was Wild Frontier.